Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to the Warhammer 3 news. I'm COLONELDAMNEDERS and today we have some cinematic battle footage starring everyone's favourite god Nurgle and some other guy called Slaanesh. We see animations, more of the realm of Nurgle and some spells in action, so let's waste no more time and dive right in. The first thing we see is more shots of the realm of Nurgle, which is looking incredible, like a wasteland overtaken by disease and decay. The battle map even has some higher tiers, like some of the new siege maps, meaning ranged units are going to have a great time once they get into position. Of course, the real meat of the video is the battle itself between Kugath and the forces of Nurgle and a Slaaneshi army sent by N'Kari. Of course, we saw this on Enter the World of Nurgle, but Nurglings rolling around like balls into combat is just too funny, and they look to do decent damage for such a numerous unit. We also get a close-up view of Kugath, launching an explosive Nurgling plucked from his gut towards the enemy troops, which is just brilliant. We also see he has some unique melee animations, including launching filth from his stomach mouth at his enemies, which is as gross as it is cool. He also summons some explosive Nurglings that look to basically be a load of little bloated corpses, and I never knew I needed something, but goddammit, I need this. Speaking of ranged units, we get a montage of them all firing on the Nurgle side, so it's looking like of all the Chaos Gods, he's going to be one with a stronger focus on ranged, which makes me love him even more, since death, decay, and ranged firepower is pretty much my perfect mix. Now we get a ton of footage of pretty much all units on both sides fighting in melee combat, and it really shows you how hard the CA animes have been working, as they all look just incredible and seem to be doing brilliant damage. Another fantastic animation is that of the demons disappearing when killed. The small effects when they expire aren't much, but they really sell the fact that these are demons going back home rather than anything truly dying and then just disappearing. Of course, we also see a few spells in action on both sides of the battlefield. We see Rancid Visitations, which is a direct damage spell, and dumps all of this poopy onto the Slaanesh troops. We see the Blight Boil, which creates this big blister which explodes and looks to do some pretty devastating damage. And we see the Lash of Slaanesh, which deals a seemingly large amount of damage in a narrow area. And we also see that Nurgle has some abilities along the right hand side of the screen, although we don't know what they are just yet. I assume this information will maybe come out a bit later, similar to the Ogre Kingdoms. And that just about sums up everything we know right now on Nurgle and Slaanesh. If you ask me, it seems like we've come to the end of the Nurgle news, and the Slaanesh news is very soon to follow, so be very excited and definitely subscribe if you want to see that. Leave a like if you did, and leave in the comments down below what are you most excited about for Nurgle, which is your favourite unit of his, and are you going to play him when the game comes out. If you'd like to support the channel, then definitely consider becoming a member on YouTube, a Patreon on Patreon, or a subscriber on Twitch. Doing so gets you all sorts of fun stuff like shoutouts, like It's Your Boy LC for their support at the Unclean Ones tier. Thank you to all supporters, thank you for watching, and for now, I've been COLONELDAMNEDERS, and I will see you next turn.